I I'm back here again. You guys got your Jetstream Sam background. I have my reading. Why am I doing this? There's so much more I could be doing right now. I could be sleeping. It's 2 in the morning. It is 2 in the morning, and I am up reading this. This absolutely horrible garbage. Now, this may or may not be well written. I don't know. I skimmed through it, and just some of the stuff they write is just... God. They'd have talent if they weren't using it on whatever this is. I mean, no hate to the original creator, I guess? I mean, if you write degenerate stuff like this, I can't exactly respect you. Come on, just write murder stories. It's so much more respectable. Oh, God. I made the lobotomized decision of putting Genshin Impact in the search box, so now you all get to suffer with me. Also, if you play Genshin, first of all, get out of the school zone you're probably sitting in listening to this. Secondly, I don't know anything about Genshin because I'm not a moron, and I chose not to play something that turns you into a child molester. So I don't know how to say a lot of this stuff. So if I get something wrong, I don't care. Like, at all. I really don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Mondstadt. The city of freedom and home to the Anemo Archon. The fuck is that? I think the most entertaining part of this... Shut up, man. I think the most entertaining part of this is going to be me not understanding what the fuck is going on. It is this land that the Knights of Favornius protect and oversee, keeping the peace in an otherwise playful and carefree nation. What kind of names are these? What kind of drugs were these people smoking to name places in a video game this? Never mind, I played Shabazad Air Base. Is that a real place? I don't know. This place was where Lisa called home, and she would not have it any other way, though that stance is challenged daily, as the carefree nature of some people causes them to miss their deadlines on returning books. Wow. What a first world issue. Forget bombing third world nations. This is the issue in our society. Late books. What the fuck? Well, she can simply go and ask them for the books back. It really does eat into her free time. Time that could be spent better reading a new book or sitting down to drink tea. Nah, man. Go get the grind set on, or go play Metal Gear Rising. Those are your two choices. However, today was not one of those days. In fact, today was a rather good day. Everyone returned their books on time. Whoa! Librarian gets to go home early because nobody has books checked out. Your library must suck some serious ass if nobody's turning back in or checking out books. Everyone... Oh, right, I read that. No books were checked out, and the library was more empty than usual. How can you know if a library is empty? It's quiet. She briefly considered closing up early, as it was getting to that time, while there was still one book that needed to be returned. As she thought that, the door leading out into the main hall opened, with a white-clotted, blonde-haired boy walking in, with a small floating girl trailing beside him. Lisa sweetly smiled, placing a bookmark and closing her book before setting it down as the boy approached. Is this the demon child that everybody hates? The fairy lolly or whatever the hell? That's my best description. That's all you're getting. I know she was cut up into pieces by Raiden in a Revengeance status video. Ava, to what do I owe the pleasure of you visiting? Lisa pondered with a smile as Aether stood at attention. Standing. Aether was a traveler of sorts, though many know him as the hero of Mondstadt. I'm just going to replace Mondstadt with China as his brief encounter and... Though many know him as hero of China, as his brief encounter and fending off the protests in Tiananmen Square helped reduce casualties and damages to the city. No, it did not. This quickly landed him a place amongst the Chinese military, which eventually led him to become an assistant librarian. What? To Lisa and the library. We are here to return our book, Lisa. Paimon. The small fairy-like girl. Ah, yes. The best part about her is that you can run her over in Gary's mod. Play some Gmod now. The small fairy girl chimed in before Aether could speak. Who is Aether? The only Aether I know is the storyline from COD Zombies. And I'm not gonna lie. Aether storyline, Black Ops 4 storyline, was that it? That shit was awful. Then again, everything in Black Ops 4 Zombies was awful. Right. Wait, if no books were checked out, why are they returning a book? Huh? Whatever. I'm not gonna question plot details. This was written in 2 minutes, probably. Right on time, too. You are both quite diligent with returning, aren't you? Lisa tilted her head coyly as Aether. It is Harvicon's pipes. That's a Richtofen reference. Haha. Lisa tilted her head coyly as Aether cleared his throat. Right. Yeah. Aether hesitated slightly, a slight ball of sweat rolling down his face. Your face ever just cry around a woman? That's not the story. There's no way either of us are gonna be on the end of Lisa's anger, Paimon said with a blank face as Lisa smiled a little bit. Doesn't Paimon have, like, the reputation of being annoying as shit? I'll do my most annoying voice. Hi, I'm Andrew T. Wait, I don't think I can make that joke anymore. That's more TOS than everything else on this platform. My, I certainly hope you don't mean that. I take those sort of comments personally, you know. Lisa's smile remained neutral as Paimon realized her mistake. Yes, never tell a woman you don't want to make a woman angry. Put the thing in the thing. Oh, that was just a joke. Didn't mean it at all. No way, no. Right either. Paimon hid behind Aether as he stood even further at attention. Aether shushed her, to which Paimon covered her mouth with the situation de-escalated. Aether placed the book down at the front desk. Here you go, Aether said as Lisa checked the book for any damages. As Aether frequented the library, she slowly began to understand the type of books and stories he enjoyed. Many of the books he checked out involved a variety of fairy tales and myths, most of which were children's books. Oh no! No! Hey, how you doing, baby? I don't like where this is going. She once caught Aether reading one such book while out on a stroll. His eyes were lit up with with the energy of a child. I'm so used to reading spelling errors. As his expression jumped from excitement to fear and then to awe, perhaps those adorable expressions are what made Lisa like him so much. Because he acts like a child? That's not a good quality, man. I'm not gonna lie. Though Lisa would never admit it out loud, yes, character. Aether was exact. Okay. Aether was exactly her type. His innocent yet confident demeanor, alongside his fit body and cute face, really tickled all of Lisa's sweet spots. However, that had nothing to do with the matter at hand, so she sorted out the book below her and made a note of where to put it. Well, Paimon's gonna go on ahead and get some meat in my belly. Master Deluxe said he was gonna treat us tonight. Is food all you think about? Aether chided Paimon as she stuck out her tongue and blasted off, leaving Lisa and Aether to themselves. Did you enjoy the book? She asked absent-mindedly, shifting her vision towards Aether. Absent-mindedly, I'm just imagining Gustavo and his drug cartel leader persona. Did you enjoy the book, Mr. White? Heisenberg. I loved it. Aether gleamed with excitement, his smiles wide. The way the prince confessed near the end tugged at my heartstrings. Even after everything the witch did, he still loved her. Honestly, was on the verge of tears. Is that like glorifying toxic relationships? That's not a good thing, man. If she does bad shit to you and doesn't love you, why would you love her back? I mean, I get it. It's a toxic thing, but, like, you need to not do that. Find someone who makes you happy. Lisa smiled as Aether blabbed about what he enjoyed from the book before Aether's expression grew a bit solemn. I wish I had his sort of courage. No, you don't, kid. No, you don't. The last line was a bit surprising to hear. Lisa thought him going out and fighting protesters. I'm not going to go on this spiel any longer. This joke is old. Fighting monsters and criminals was enough to show his courage, but perhaps that doesn't translate towards confessing one's love. Pretty sure if you can murder people without a second thought in the world, you can tell someone you love them. I mean, I have a real-world example in the form of my stepfather. The last... Oh, right, I read that already. My paragraphs. My, have someone you fancy? Somebody we mutually know, perhaps? Lisha interjected with a coy smile, only to be met with a blushing and wide-eyed face. Gotta love how this was, like, written. They put effort into it, and I hate it. I hate it. I love that it was written for me to hate it. Yes, that makes sense. Because it's beautiful. It's beautiful, but I know where it's going, so I hate it. If it was going somewhere like where Jetstream Sham shows up and just kills everyone in the Genshin Impact universe, that'd be pretty cool. But that's not where this is going. Wait, please ignore that last part. I wasn't serious. Aether attempted to correct the conversation, but Lisa's interest was already piqued. Come now, I won't tell a soul. Aether's face grew a bit more red as Lisa whispered, suddenly reminding Aether of the libraries. I have something in my throat for some reason. Surrounding that conversation, Aether shifted his eyes towards Lisa and then at the floor, contemplating his next move. You can't laugh. Aether talked in a low tone. Alright. You can't laugh. Aether talked in a low tone, with Lisa silently shaking her head up and down. The matters of one's heart, especially concerning love, are nothing to be laughed at. In fact, it just made Lisa think he was even cuter. I don't think this guy's cute. He reads children's books and acts like a child. The only difference is he commits murder. Respectable, I guess. Silence. Silence. The two of them sat in silence till Aether took a deep breath and looked Lisa straight in the eye. Such an intense glare would be imposing were it from any other face. To Lisa, it was a mix between Among Us. Why did I say that? Why did I say that? I'm trying to interrupt the fact that this is what's going to happen. Would be imposing were it from any other face. To Lisa, it was a mix between cuteness and something else she couldn't put her fingers on. Whatever it was, she liked it. I love you. Good? It says but I much prefer the good. I love the way you treat your books like they're your children. I love your playful yet serious personality. I love your confidence in yourself. I love your eyes that shine like emeralds. I love absolutely everything about you, Lisa. Man, you starting to sound like a stalker, too. You murder people. Now you're a stalker, man. Yeah, you got a crazy life ahead of you. Lisa sat still for a moment as Aether's face slowly transitioned to becoming red as a tomato. He soon began darting his eyes around for something else to look at. Aeth? Lisa began, before being cut off by Aether. Thanks for the book, I gotta go, bye. That's how it's written. It's those comedy moments where they just speak too fast. Thanks for the book, gotta go, bye. Aether nearly sprinted out of the library. With Lisa still sat in her chair, she did not speak after that, wordlessly closing the library and heading to her room adjacent to the library. Okay. She undressed herself and threw her clothes aside. She dropped onto the bed with a thud, the words from before swirling in her mind. I love you. Wait, what? What? I'm trying to sound like a ghostly figure. I love you. Somebody get your teapot off my bed. It keeps making noises. Her body began to quiver at the words said with the conviction of a master's magician reciting his ultimate spell. Ah, yes. Logic. Her heart rate accelerated, pace quickening at the implications. It was such a simple phrase, yet it meant so much. Lisa knew for a fact that Aether was not the sort of man to joke about such things. He was an honest boy who helped others and always wore an honest smile on his face. However, the question was not a matter of Aether's honesty, rather of Lisa's reciprocation of his confession. Did she love him back? You probably shouldn't. Did she hold the same feelings he had for her? You probably shouldn't. That's weird. It was true she found him cute and endearing, but is that enough to say she loves him? Random word. But it was no use. Her body had already decided her answer. Her her loins grew wet at the thought of having the hero of China, her assistant librarian, an absolutely adorable cutie as her boyfriend. Wow, this is awful. To any viewers with sensitive ears or pain in their soul from hearing words, cover your ears. She moved her fingers down to her vagina. Vagina! Sloppy wet from her thoughts. The insertion of her middle finger accompanied a moan of pleasure with an electric shock rocking her body. Her thoughts went back to the evening's words. I love you. Oh, this time it actually says good? Good? I'm dying inside. She grunted in a breathless voice. She imagined the situation as she inserted a second finger into herself, either stripping off his pure clothes. Ah, yes, the pure clothes from our great and immortal leader. And climbing atop her accepting body, his erect member rubbing against her entrance as his breaths. Is it? Yeah, that's spelled correctly. This person used too much Grammarly. Take away their Grammarly subscription. It's too good. Her to match hers, ragged and labored, searching for confirmation for him to thrust inside. Ah, Goofy. Ah, I'm not moaning. That's stupid. Her pace quickened with the third finger, as her imagination ran wild with the erotic fantasy. She would give the all clear not before Aether slams his geo-hard cock into her wet inflicted pussy. What the fuck is this? Ravaging and spilling its juices, covering every inch of the bed. He would continue with his thrusting assault alongside sucking and licking her. What? Her massive mommy badonkers. I'm gonna pretend that's what it says so I don't have to just read it, like, seriously. Because I don't want to read those two words. I'd much rather than be called, mommy badonkas. Hoping for the sweet taste of milk that would never come. Because that is actually how human anatomy works. I mean, unless she's like nursing or something, in which case, okay. Ava. On the wall. The tempo would increase more and more, every thrust accompanied by a deep sloppy kiss between two lovers. He would reach the end of his rope and then hang himself. God, I wish that's how the story ends. Where's Jetstream Sam when you need him? I need him to cut this screen down the middle. Well, I mean, you guys have Jetstream Sam. I don't. I get to sit here and suffer. Spurting his hot semen directly into her womb. What about the possibility of pregnancy? You never thought of that, did ya? As both labored, their breaths, naked body pressed against each other, he would lower his head and whisper in her ear, "It's free real estate." Yes, it's free real estate. I love you, Lisa. Glory to communist China. Lisa juices. Lisa juices. Did we blend her up? Is that what happened here? Lisa juices shot out of her as she orgasms. What happened here? Splattering across her Sonic the Hedgehog bedsheets. That's not in the story. I made that up. It adds character. And onto the floor, she continued to recite the Chinese anthem multiple times. It's not funny, but I don't want to read it. After slowly returning to her senses, she stared silently at her hand. Aether. No, that's Angela, actually. I'm pretty sure everyone's familiar with Angela. Except for, like, people who are under the age of 18. Maybe she was thinking too far ahead and she didn't even know if Aether wanted that kind of relationship. I mean, he acts like a child and reads child books, so I would hope not. If that's the case, then Jesus, what are they putting in children's books these days? Goodness. However, she did know this. The thought of Aether having sex with her, desiring her body, and accepting her sexually was enough to cause one of the biggest orgasms she ever had. Fictional characters can have orgasms. I think everyone with a functioning brain can agree. Do you agree? I do. The simple thought of such an innocent and good member of the Chinese government destroying her and good child. What? What? Stop. Stop, they said child. No. The simple thought of such an innocent and good child destroying her boo-boo-boo-boozy. Plowing it like a field of radish. What an interesting simile. Jesus. Was enough to begin a masturbation fantasy. She quickly halted herself before she went down that road again, as she feared she may never get sleep. You ever jerk so hot? You ever jerk off so much you don't get sleep at night? I'm pretty sure you would pass out of exhaustion or die of a heart attack. As she changed her sheets and settled into her bed, Lisa thought about what would happen on normal dates, eating together, talking about their favorite books, and kissing underneath the moonlight were all things that came to mind. She found that she was fine with these things. His company and was enough for her, more than enough. She would accept his feelings for her, and no matter what kind of relationship they have, she thinks they will be fine. Though she secretly hopes for reform of the Chinese government. I'm gonna say that's real, and I'm gonna tell you it's real. Story follow favorite? No, thank you. No, I would not like to share this with my email, Facebook, or Twitter. Yeah, that was a horrible experience. I never want to go through that again. I'll I'll probably read more more audio shit posts, because I don't know what to describe these as. These are just visual eye cancer. They bring pain to my eyes. All right, but now that you've suffered through that, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go play Metal Gear Rising. It's still 2 a.m. I'm gonna go play Metal Gear Rising. Revengeance.